so excited for today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you some of my most frequently home cooked meals. Can you hear the birds chirping? Don't mind the birds. These are often on repeat here in my house. I make them all the time. They are so tasty, they're very nutritious, and they're also very budget friendly as well. So if you're looking for some ways to save a little bit of money when it comes to the meals that you're cooking, then these will definitely help you out there as well. Let's get right into it. Come along with me and let's do some cooking together. First meal we're making here is a Korean inspired stir fry. So easy to make. You're gonna need some brown rice. I'm just giving a little rinse here, and then I'm gonna pop that onto the stove and let that cook. And then we're gonna begin by mincing up some garlic and ginger. I usually do like a 1 to 2 inch chunk of ginger and a few cloves. We like it nice and garlicky. Some cremini mushrooms as well. I mean, you can use whichever mushroom you like, really, doesn't really matter. And once that's cooked down a bit, we're gonna add in 1/2 pound of ground beef. You could also use beef strips here instead. The ground beef that we buy is 1 pound, and I always like to cut it in half and freeze the rest to save for another meal. Gives you a little bit more bang for your buck. So add that into your pan, let it cook down a bit. And then I'm adding in some tamari, which is essentially soy sauce. Honey, you could also use a sweet chili sauce here instead, some red pepper flakes for spice, and I'm adding in some chopped kale here, and then some pre-chopped cabbage slaw. You can just buy this in a bag, makes it really nice and convenient. Sometimes I buy a pre-chopped kale cabbage slaw, in which case I don't add the kale separately. And once that's cooked down, which does not take very long at all for the cabbage to soften, add in your cooked brown rice and give it a good stir around. And then this is when I finish it off with some toasted sesame oil, just about a teaspoon or so, just to round out all the flavors. And I'm gonna be topping this dish tonight with some fresh garden chives, which I just love having in the garden because they go nicely on everything. So adding those in, and then I'm also pairing it with a little bit of kimchi, and there you go. It all comes together so nice, and this really doesn't take long to make. This is probably a meal that can be cooked in 30 minutes or so. Delicious. The next recipe here is a Thai red curry stir fry, which we call a tofu stir fry in my house. And this recipe has been on almost weekly rotation for like 2 years now. We've even had to take a bit of a break from it because we've just made it so many times. So I'm just getting my pan prepared here with a little bit of parchment paper, and I'm going to take my tofu. I buy extra firm tofu here, and I just start by wrapping some paper towel to try to squeeze out any excess liquid. You can put a little weight on top if you want for a few minutes, and then I'm going to cut it into cubes, and then I'm just plopping it on the pan. I do not season this at all. Really, the intention here is to just crisp it up a bit because it's going to be added to the stir fry once the sauce is made here. Next, I'm mincing up my ginger and garlic, which I gotta say, you guys, I love a good garlic and ginger combo. You'll notice that in this video. A big old carrot here, dice that up too, add that to a pan, let that cook down. And we are also gonna chop up some broccoli. Bell pepper, you can use whichever bell pepper you want. I got a red one here. And then we're gonna add in our coconut milk and a couple tablespoons of Thai red curry paste. And that is essentially it in terms of the flavor here. It's so easy to make. You can add a little bit of salt here too, just to bring everything together. You let this kind of cook for 25-30 minutes or so. It'll thicken a little bit. And by this point, the tofu should be nice and crispy, and I'm adding that into our stir fry mixture here and giving it a good stir. Make sure everything is nice and coated with the sauce. I'm serving this tonight with soba noodles, but feel free to use a rice noodle or rice. I always like to top this with some fresh cilantro as well. And there you go. Delicious tofu stir fry that we make all the time. The next meal that I make all the time is a vegetarian lasagna. This actually uses the exact same sauce for when I'm making spaghetti. You can find that recipe on my blog. We also do spaghetti pretty often too. First, I'm chopping up my mushrooms, adding those to a pan with some garlic and some olive oil. I always add Worcestershire sauce to my sauce here. It's my secret ingredient. Got some dried oregano in here as well. And we're gonna give that a little mix around here. And because this is vegetarian, we don't have any meat in it, we are bulking it up with red lentils alongside the mushrooms here. And then I add in my jar of marinara sauce, whichever is your favorite brand you can use, and a can of tomato paste as well, just to help it to thicken. And because I'm using this sauce for a lasagna tonight, where it'll be baked in the oven for a while, I don't worry too much about making the sauce cook down for as long as I would if I was making spaghetti for tonight. And then we're ready to do our layering. So grab yourself a nice wide dish and we layer on the sauce, ricotta cheese, and then your lasagna noodles. I have brown rice lasagna noodles that I'm using here tonight, and just as many layers as you can get. Plunk it into the oven, let it bake for 45 minutes up to an hour or so. And when I take it out, I always like to just shred some marble cheese or whatever kind of cheese that you like, you can use on top. And then I pop that back into the oven and let it broil for a couple of minutes, just so the cheese gets extra melty and delicious. And there you go. Such a comfort food. And the last recipe I have here today is a red lentil curry. This is pretty much the same recipe as my chickpea curry, which I have that recipe on my blog, but I love using red lentils just because they cook down so quickly. So adding to a big old pot here, some olive oil with some garlic and ginger, again, my favorite combo, and some garam masala powder and some curry powder. You can do mild or spicy, whatever you like. And then to this, I add a small can of diced tomatoes and a can of coconut milk. And then we're adding in a cup of dried red lentils with about a cup and a half or so of some vegetable broth. You could use chicken broth too. And then pop a lid on there and let that cook for probably like 40 minutes or so. I'm gonna be pairing this with rice tonight, some brown rice again. So I'm just cooking that while the curry cooks down. Toward the end, I like to add in a little splash of some lemon juice and a couple large handfuls of baby spinach, which will cook down really, really quickly. It'll kind of wilt down nicely. That is it, another really easy recipe to make. I love topping this with cilantro and pairing it with some naan bread as well, of course, and just such a nice, tasty, rich, also comfort food. I absolutely love Indian food. It's one of my favorite cuisines. Plant-based foods like lentils and beans are pretty inexpensive and so nutrient dense. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did like this video or if you want me to share more recipes. I have so many meals I could share with you that I'm cooking all the time, some of my most cooked meals. I'm happy to share them with you. So let me know in the comments below and what you're interested in most. Are you looking for budget-friendly meal ideas or just ones that are really easy to cook? Let me know. And that's it. I will see you all in the next one.